Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday night. First Tuesday, Perspective with the Paulings. And we are here. We're going to always start with our motto, of course, which is I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow, which is what the I Choose Me movement and the No More Excuses is all about. It's about loving ourselves and showing up for ourselves right now, daily, so that we can live our best life. And so every first Tuesday, I get my boo to come together with me, and we deal with relationships or whatever the topic is. So you're welcome to ask us any questions, and so we can move along. It's still not working? No. We're trying to have a little song playing while we wait for everybody to start coming on. We got one on already. Still nothing?
Nothing.
I hope you guys are having an amazing week. I hope you have been choosing yourself this week, discovering yourself, loving yourself, and just making more decisions toward what is best for you, what's going to increase the quality of your life, what's going to make you get closer to your purpose, what's going to make you dream big. What are those things that you could be doing in your life? How can you be loving yourself more? What can you be doing that is empowering you and the people around you to live their best life? And so at this time, our topic is, hey, boo. Kia says, hey.
Hey.
Our topic today is there power in your sockets? And believe it or not, Rondell came up with this one. So I was quite impressed. And so I'm just going to... Oh, it's finally working. So we'll play a little music and give people some time to come on. Tuesday night. Kia, did you got your boo? Did you grab your boo for tonight?
Byron.
Hey, T.
What is this?
I don't know. It was called I Choose Her, so I thought the song was cute.
Killer DJ.
Hey, Solo. Yeah, it's an I Choose Me kind of life. You guys are the bomb. Thank you. We the bomb.com. Yes, he all laid up. Byron's watching too. He's all laid up. Okay, so we don't have to do no more music. We're going to start. So, like I said, the topic for this week is there power in your sockets or outlets in your life? And so before I let Rondell start, because he says I'm always taking all the words from him, so I'm going to let him start this time.
I never said that.
That's what he said behind closed doors. He said, I say everything, and then I ask him his opinion. So he has nothing left to say. So what I'm going to do is go over the definitions of these two, and I'm going to let him take the floor since this is his topic, and I'm just going to piggyback.
You can't just give me the floor. This is yours.
I know, but this is the no.
I'm just like a guest speaker. I'm just here to drop.
I'm
here to drop knowledge.
He's a guest
from a male's perspective.
Okay.
Because you don't got that. You just got.
You so correct. So correct.
I got the real for real.
And so the two words that I'm going to do the definition is socket and power. So we're going to start with socket. What a socket is an electrical device receiving a plug or light bulb to make a connection. The synonyms for that is power outlet, jack, port, and the informal word for it is plug. Now, the word power is the noun definition is the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. Synonyms is ability, capacity, potential, capability, and the verb is supply a device with mechanical or electrical energy. And so when we're doing the perspective of is there power or is there power in your socket, what we're asking you is the people that are in your life, the outlets that are in your life, the sockets that are in your life, when you plug into them, are you getting a return? Is there power coming through? Are they filling your battery back up? Now, Rondell, explain to them what you thought when you came up with this the other day.
It's basically like this. I was sitting here just minding my business and stuff started coming to me. Thoughts started coming. Real good thoughts. I have thoughts too. If you don't have thoughts, you need to go get you some. But anyway, I thought about it. I said, you know what? Most plugs look alike. They got two little lines and the one little hole thing. You got three little things. You got your neutral, you got your ground, and you got your two plugs. When you plug in the stuff, your radio, your phone. You charge your phone. You want to listen to music. You have to plug your radio. You want to watch TV. You have to actually plug your TV up. But if someone doesn't tell you that the plug doesn't work, you won't know until you plug in. Do you get that? That went over your heads. Okay, what I'm doing is, this is the metaphor. You plug into people, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes people will tell you, nah, don't fool with them. Don't fool with her. Don't fool with him. And, you know, like me, I give everybody a chance. But you still plug into them, not knowing that the plug doesn't work. It's not going to work. It's not going to charge you. It's not going to allow you to watch your TV. It's not going to allow you to use your electronics. It's not going to allow you to do anything that you're expecting it to do. It's not going to allow you to do that. So what do you have to do? You have to unplug yourself from the broken plug. Period. I mean, it's simple as that. You have to unplug yourself from the broken plug in order for you to get what you need to get in life. Period. People, you have to unplug yourself from people that don't mean the best for you, that are not trying to help you. You understand what I'm saying? It kind of goes hand in hand if you think about it. Just stop and think about it. Like I say, a person might look like a friend. A person might look like family.
A person may look like a good mate.
A person may look like a good mate. A person may look like a good boss. Mm-hmm. Until you plug in and they ain't giving you nothing. So the only thing you can do is unplug yourself and try to find a plug that actually works. There are plugs that work, and there are some that don't work. It's up to you to figure out what you want to do once you find out the plug is not working for you.
And so, to piggyback off of what he's saying, at the end of the day in life, we all have to be aware of what we have in our house. So we're going to take it down because he's dealing with the sockets and the plugs, right? And so in any house, if you go in any room, you have multiple sockets in there. Multiple sockets with multiple places to plug in and get a return on. Now, sometimes if you end up in a place, you may find out that this socket may not work, or the socket doesn't work as long as the switch is off. You understand? So if you're in relationships where the switch hasn't been cut on in their life, then even if you plug into them, you won't get nothing back. So what I'm saying is that it's not always a negative thing that somebody is not giving back to you. Maybe they haven't even been plugged in. Maybe their switch is not on yet. And so you're going to retrieve power from a place that's not capable of giving it to you yet because they haven't found their light. And that's why it's so important in relationships, whether it's with male, female, spouses, couples, co-workers, family, friends, whatever it is. If you are not aware of who you are, then your switch is not on. That's why I choose me, #No More Excuses is so important, because it allows you to turn on your switch. And so you can eliminate the fact that you're not getting power because the switch is not on. Now we'll fast forward to the places where the switches, the outlets have burned out. They have been working so hard for so long, for so many years, that is no longer getting power. And so if you don't have what it takes, because you haven't took time on yourself or loved yourself or build yourself up, and you don't have what it takes to repair what's broken, then you're going to have to unplug. Because if you don't fix the fact that you're not getting power, every time you plug in, you're wasting your time. You see, we plug in and we go to people and we go to places and we go to things because it's in need of a refill. Imagine yourself like a phone with a battery that's going low. If you go and show up somewhere and you're running around and you know your battery is on this little bit and you have not checked the outlets in your house and you have not checked around, you're liable to plug in and run around and do other things and come back and realize you still have no power. What you have to do is start to stand up in your relationships, start to pay attention in your lives so that you know what sockets have power and what sockets don't. It's your job to be accountable for what people are bringing into your life. It's your job to be accountable what you're getting out of the people that are in your life. And so if you're plugging in and you're finding that your battery is low, what happens is you go to somebody that you thought you will get power from. You're plugged in and you walked away because you expect them to give you what you thought they had inside. And when you return in a rush and grabbed your phone, which is you, and ran out into the world, guess what? you don't even work no more. So now you're out there with no outlets whatsoever because you haven't had a chance to stop somewhere where you could plug in, and you don't have nothing left because your battery is dead. Why? Because you plugged in and you didn't pay attention to your source. You always got to be accountable for the sources in your life, and you have to pay attention to what they're giving you, because if they're not giving you what you need, then you're depleting yourself, and you owe yourself more than that. Wouldn't you agree?
You're not going to work. Plug a TV up to a bad socket and see if it comes on.
And so does anybody, okay, Kia is saying when you go to work and you're constantly drained, when you leave, you have no time for your spouse and kids at home, you got to plug into another socket. Absolutely. And that's what I say every day. When I talk about, walking in your light and enjoying your everyday, I'm not saying that everybody should be an entrepreneur. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying everybody should be their own boss, because there's bosses and there's workers. We all understand that. But what I'm saying is that whatever it is you're doing, wherever it is you're going, make sure that you're enjoying it. Make sure that it's a part of you. Make sure that it gives you joy. It brings you joy. Because if not, then like Kia was saying, you end up coming home because you are depleted. So you don't have that battery charge. And everybody know when you're missing the battery charge, don't your phone start to malfunction? It don't do the same thing. You can't go on the internet like you can. A lot of the capabilities of the phone, if it's not at full power, you lose the capability of the things that it can do. So it doesn't mean that it's not in you. It don't mean that you can't do these things. It just means that because your power is so low, you don't have what it takes to be able to rise to the occasion, because you haven't been plugged in to outlets and sources that are fueling you back up and getting you prepared for the journey that you're on. Kid said it right. Short circuit. That's what ends up happening. We're plugged into short circuits, and we're not finding that we're lasting throughout the days. We're not lasting throughout the moments because we're not plugged into the right source. That's correct. That's correct. Anything else you want to say about that?
I mean, it's a lot I want to say.
Well, say it. Because, come on.
Start no controversy.
Well, start a controversy, and anybody have questions, please. You're confirming so much right now in my life and the transition I am in the middle of. Oh, absolutely. I'm glad that we can be of assistance. But what you was about to say?
I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to start controversy in people's relationships.
Wondell, what are you here for then?
I'm here to help.
So let's help.
Let's help. Ask me a question like, what about a relationship dealing with your relationship that you're having problems with? Ask me the question.
So this is a question. Excellent topic to talk about. Does anybody have a question of what can you do in your relationship to plug you in more? Did anybody have a question about how you can be more plugged in any type of area of your life? Sharing things is the best way to help. Absolutely. And that's what it's about. It's about having conversations with people. It's about being honest with people. It's about showing up, like we said before, in all of your relationships. But in order to do that, you have to show up for yourself. And so we have to take accountability to the people that we have around us. We have to take accountability to the people that we allow in our space. And we got to understand if we are plugged in or not. Are the people in your life, are you getting power from the relationships? Because that is what we're here for. We are here to drive each other, to empower each other, to uplift one another. And so if you happen to be in relationships where there is no power at the source, where will you end up? What will your journey be? What is that saying? Excellent. Okay, sorry. What will your journey be, and where are you trying to go? So what areas in your life do you think you had to plug in to get where you are today? Did you have to unplug? Do you have to replug? What areas in your life do you think that you have to deal with to basically be accountable for the people that are you plugged into?
I break it down to you like this. Like when I went to school for HVAC. I had to plug in to the school to get what they was going to give me. I got certified. You understand? Mm-hmm. Then after I got certified, I had to plug into the job. Mm. And then I got trained on the job training because I was certified. Certification don't mean you're trained for the job. Mm-hmm. You still got to go out there and work. Mm-hmm. And everything I learned in school had nothing to do. I probably used 1% of what I learned in school actually on the job. So now I'm plugged into the job. I know how to do it. found out how much money they were making, how much money I was getting paid, I unplugged. Plugged into something else. Did something different.
Oh wow! Let me. Did you hear that? That was so powerful. You know, sometimes you're plugged in long enough to get enough power to go to the next level. You can't stay everywhere forever. You have got to use the time as a lesson, as information, and then you have to know yourself enough to know when it's time to unplug. Because sometimes we stay plugged in so long that we never reach the next level because we're getting as much power from one place that we can possibly get. And so what he was saying is awesome. So he started somewhere where he learned. Sometimes we have different relationships that are supposed to teach us, that are supposed to grow us up for the next relationship, right? But if we never unplug, when we realize we're not getting power to replug, then we get stuck in places and spaces, and we can't even understand why that is. So that was deep right there. You got to unplug to replug to reach another level. And so if you're finding that life is not changing, if you're finding that you're standing still, if you're finding that insanity is a part of your day-to-day thing because you're doing the same thing expecting different results, then maybe that means it's time for you to unplug to get a new power source, because what you're wanting and what you're needing is out there. And sometimes the reason why we don't reach the next level is because we never move on. We never move up. We never grow. We never take advantage of the power that we're getting, unplug long enough to get us to the next outlet to plug back in. You see, we sit here and we stay so content with where we are and who we are, even though you have this desire that's burning inside of you to be better, to do better. So we stay plugged in this one area of our life and wondering why we never reach our great potential, wondering why we never have the best relationships. We're wondering why we just don't evolve. And the reason why is because you're too scared to unplug. I'm telling you, if you've been plugged in a place long enough, you at 100%. It is time for you to unplug, to move on, and I promise you that something will be waiting for you to plug back in and power back up. But you got to remove the fear, accept that there is more out there, and be ready to start the journey. So it's about loving yourself, building yourself, empowering yourself to give yourself the strength to move to the next level in your life by unplugging and replugging. Because every time you replug, guess what? You're going a little bit higher. That means you left a part that you left behind and you're ready to grow. You're ready to go. You're ready to take yourself on a whole nother level. Yes, that's what happened. We get comfortable. Elaine said we get comfortable. And we get comfortable too often and we stay stuck. And we see our life pass us by, and then we wonder why 10 years done passed, 20 years done passed, and we have nothing to show for it because we didn't unplug to replug. I mean, it says sometimes unplugging also means disconnecting from people, situations, and distractions, social media, phone, etc. Absolutely. And that's the unplug. To be able to take something that you consume yourself with so much and back up and just find yourself, find your truth. Get alone with yourself. That's what unplugging does. Unplugging allows you the ability to choose you. Unplugging yourself allows you the ability to trust yourself. It allows you the ability to get to know yourself, and it allows you the ability to understand when you're not getting power anymore. If you do not know who you are, if you do not know what you want, if you do not know what people are bringing you, you cannot be sure if you're getting a power from them or not. If you're being at your highest potential or not. Thomas says, I just quit my job. I had to unplug and take the energy and find a new source. If I stayed, my circuit would blow. When I unplugged, God opened another door. He wants us to show up and trust him by truth. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. You about to say that? I don't know. I don't. Yes, it's you right on time because that's what it is.
It's somebody that's plugged into misery right now. Unplug, plug into some happiness, man. Plug into some joy.
Yes. Unplug
from the poverty, plug into some money.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that was good. That was, boy, I'm telling you. Look at what's coming out.
I'm about that life.
Yes. And so that's what we're asking you to do. That's a perfect way of putting it. Everything that's negative, anything that's not bringing you joy, anything that's not, okay, prime example, when you plug in like a flash, you get the light. You are the light. Being plugged in give you this kind of energy, this kind of electricity that flows through, that's going to shine through. And so it's about unplugging for that which is bringing you down and plugging back into that which is building you back up. Comfort breeds what is that? Complacency and stagnation. Absolutely. And you stay there. It is, and that's exactly what it does. A kid said, when I decided I wanted to be my own boss, I had to be around other bosses. I had to plug in and surround myself with similar-minded people that had no choice but to succeed and be like them, and I am. Yes. And that's what it's about. It's about stop staying plugged into places and people that are not giving you the right energy. Stop staying stagnant in places that are not feeding your soul. Stop staying plugged into places that don't believe in you. Stop staying stuck into places that don't see you. Stop staying plugged into places that's not empowering you. Stop taking and choosing people in places that are making you feel unworthy to walk your walk and be who you were created to be. Because when you are plugged into stuff that is not lifting you up, guess what it's doing? If it's not adding, it's what?
Subtracting.
And if it's subtracting from you, it cannot be empowering you, because love grows everything. Straight mathematics.
Mathematics, man. If they ain't adding, they subtracting.
And so if there's no power, you're sitting there being depleted. Because guess what? If they're not getting power, they're drawing power from you.
No, it's okay to subtract when you winning, but we really ain't nobody really there yet.
Correct. And that's an honest conversation. And like you said,
not there yet.
And we spoke about that, I think, was it last week or the week about? Are you
jet.
Yeah.
I drive used cars. We're not there yet, so I don't need people to be subtracting from where I'm trying to go, and I'm not there yet. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And so it's your job to make.
Wait. I'm gonna go back to
that
question that was coming. They said people get complacent and in place they stagnate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an example.
That was Amina. Good point, Mina.
My phone charger is plugged beside my bed. Mm-hmm. I don't move it. That's where it's at. When I go to bed, I plug my phone up, put it on my night table. That's what I do. I've had to change that wire. The outlet didn't go bad. I was plugged up there so much. I used it so much, that same outlet. I had to change that wire 3 times. You'll burn out if you don't switch up.
Woo! Oh, man, he on fire tonight, y'all. Oh, I love that. And so that you heard what he said. So the outlet was fine. But what was coming through the outlet was burning the wires. He had to change 3 times the wire. So sometimes when you're plugged in,
it ain't them, it's you.
Sometimes it's you.
Sometimes it's you.
Sometimes it's you. Sometimes you're not.
If you've been on your job for a year, 2 years, 3, some people 8, 9 years, you're not friends with most of the people at your job. Most of the good people, something wrong with you, man. How can you spend most of your life, 40 hours a week, some of y'all 40 plus a week with these people, and y'all ain't like I don't. Every job I've ever had, I spent most of my 40 hours a week plus. I've got good friends out of every place I've ever. I can go back to any place I've ever been. Mm-hmm. Anywhere. I can go anywhere in this street right now. Because when I was plugged into those people, or when they was plugged into me, I did the right thing.
Look, they freezing us up. They freezing us up. Somebody wasn't supposed to get that. So what he's saying is that at the end of the day, sometimes the problem is you. Sometimes it's the wire. So it's not always what you're plugged into. Is have you chosen yourself? Is your wires good? Is your batteries working? Are you really plugged in? If you are who you say you are, then when you plug in, you should get power back. And sometimes when you're not on the level that you're supposed to be, you might be plugging into the wrong things and you're burning yourself out. So be careful what you plug into, because you might lose your power. You might lose your essence. You might lose your capability, and you're going to have to get a new one.
You have to be a good socket too, man.
Got to be a good socket.
Some people need to plug into you. So what kind of socket are you? Are you helping people out? Or are you taking from people?
And remember, the socket you use
That's 30 minutes.
is remember, the socket you use may be the very socket that uses you. So be mindful of that. Look, we've been talking for 30 minutes already. I'm going to go to the poem.
It's free now. It's not finna be free later. Y'all better get this free stuff now.
Crazy. My. And so, don't turn that down. I got to do my poem. Hold on.
She got to do her poem.
Sorry. He knows I got a Precious original every week.
This ginger ale just got me. I got something for you.
Yeah.
This ginger ale got
so
me.
at this time, I'm going to go back to where I went a couple of weeks ago, and it's called Replant Yourself. Because at the end of the day, what being plugged in and being a sock is all about is about paying attention in your life. Making sure that you're sure that where you are and the people you have around you are everything that...
Go ahead. Before you finish your poem, I just got to say something.
Well, let me finish. Let me do my...
before you do your poem.
Before I do my... Well, go ahead. Yeah. Say something before I do my poem.
See, people... Some people look at...
Oh, he's on fire,
y'all. Outside
y'all.
looking in. This ain't perfect. Yeah, she just fussed me out 5 minutes before we came live, okay? This ain't perfect, but we make it work. We got to work at this, man. Mm-hmm. You have to work at this. It ain't they're just on us. No. And I ain't gonna say quite the few people that actually have to live the opportunity to live with us. But we say what we want to say to each other.
Yes, we both are very honest.
At the end of the day,
and raw.
Love carries us through everything, man.
Because love grows everything. And mainly because at the end of the day, irregardless of what I never understood those people would say you can go to bed angry and all that. Listen.
No, we don't.
The way we love, honey, we be arguing at the top of our lungs, and 5 minutes later we like this. Like you never know. Because that's what real love is about. Real love is about understanding. Real love is about being honest. And when you can find somebody that you can be yourself 100% of the time, then you can't do nothing but be happy. You can't do nothing but argue for the heck of it because...
It's a 5-letter word, man, that could save a lot of relationships.
And what is it?
On business level, whatever kind of level you want to be on in your relationship. Sorry. It's a 5-letter word. Yeah. Sorry.
Fixes everything.
I know my wife can have me so mad. If she tells me sorry, it's like somebody poked a balloon and all the air is gone.
And let me tell you something else I learned. I learned was, especially with the man, as a woman, all of you women in relationships, what I had to learn is, it's not what you say, but how you say it. And in the earlier part, in our beginning years, and when my dad would want to go out, I'd be like, oh, you ain't going nowhere. So, of course, he'd be like, what? Ain't nobody going to tell me what to do. He going. But when I learned to say, listen, babe, I'm going to miss you if you're going, and I would rather you stay here with me, he wouldn't go. So it's not about what you say, but how you saying it. And love grows everything. And so if you're showing love, it's hard for people to turn away from love. It's hard for people to deny that. You know what I mean? It's really hard. And so as long as you are honest with one another and loving each other, and I mean meaning it to the core, I mean, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. Well, and so let me do the poem because he stopped me. So it's replant yourself. You see, I notice your roots have been drying up, dear. I see the longing in your soul being suppressed by your fear. Fear of not knowing why the pain you chose to hold, not understanding it was just a lesson in the stages of your mold. You see, I notice your roots have been withering from day to day because people have been talking while not being mindful of what they say. The phrase, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, is a lie. It's in those moments you start to notice your branches begin to die. For you were made with the intentions of goodness to feed your spirit right. And when you ignore the energy around you, it puts your existence in a fight. A fight with what they say and who you know yourself to be. If you want to win the battle, no more excuses. Is the time to I choose me. You see, I notice your roots are in need of replanting because there is so much for you to do. Because in this world of everything, there is a place etched out just for you. You are more than who they say you are. You are more than how you feel. But in order to replant yourself, you have to let yourself heal. Forgive yourself of yesterday, for tomorrow is waiting on you. And the present is a gift from God. So love yourself through and through. He knows what he created. Stand up straight so you can be replanted in the ground. Because in the core of you, there is a treasure waiting to be found. You were born to be great. And understand this, that no one can change what is right. So no more excuses. I choose me paves the way to walk in your life. And so at the end of the day, what I want you to do is love yourself, choose yourself, embrace yourself, make no more excuses. That is what this journey is all about. This is why we meet from week to week. This is why I even brought my boo on with me for once out the month, because it's about sharing the love and the joy that we have with all that's willing to receive. And we want you to give it back out to us, and we want you to give it out to other people, because love grows everything. So you got to love yourself first so you can walk in your truth. And so remember our motto: I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. If you have any questions and you want a t-shirt or anything, you can email me at ichoosememovement@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at ichoosememovement. Also, I'm in the process of still raising money. So if you want to if you want to donate to my GoFundMe to get a one-on-one with Lisa Nichols and change our lives in the movement life, please sow a seed. I greatly will appreciate it. But at this time, we just want to thank you for tuning in. We love, love, love you. And remember, make sure the relationships in your life are bringing you joy. Make sure the relationships in your life are making you better today than you was yesterday. And if you have people that are taken away, subtract them and add people that are adding to you, because that's what it takes to get on and move in the way you need to go in your life, is by making sure you are being plugged in enough to get enough power to take you to the levels in which you deserve to go. So plug into the right socket. Your life depends on it, and so does your purpose. We love you, and until next time, First Tuesdays, Perspective with the Paulings. Have a great night, and thank you for choosing you, and thank you for spending time with us.
Happy people.
Happy people.